real. The other ones are fake. This one is amazing. This one is good.
Call now for a free psychic reading and find out how to get $250 worth of free readings every month.
Call 1-800-980-8630.
Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
We've got a very messy situation tonight, anywhere from the northeast back into the Ohio River Valley, where mixed precipitation is causing some problems. Welcome to Weather Center, sponsored by 1010-220. I'm Warren Madden.
And I'm Jeff Marl. This winter storm is going to continue its trek east-northeast bound, dumping more snow and freezing rain as it goes. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're talking about here. Around the Cincinnati area, again, it was a bit of a mess. A lot of snow and then ice on top of that, and now maybe a little bit more snow on top of that. The weight of the ice, though, collapsed this filling station canopy here in Cincinnati. Just a little bit too much, and if it collapsed that, if there was that much ice on that canopy, you can imagine what the roads are like, particularly the untreated roads in some of these areas. Just a real mess from the Ohio Valley all the way through central Pennsylvania, and it's still freezing rain around Washington, D.C. and Baltimore even at this hour, and near Philadelphia. It just has not warmed up enough for us to get that precipitation in the form of rain. Now, on our enhanced infrared satellite picture here, you can see it's a continuous flow of moisture coming up from the southwest, overrunning the cold dome of air that has been in place here. Cold air is more dense, it tends to hug the surface, and when you get this warm air coming up from the south, it's forced to go up and over the cold air. The precipitation falls into the cold air, and depending on how thick that layer of cold air is, it'll fall as either sleet or freezing rain or snow. Snow to the north, sleet and freezing rain farther on to the south. And again, the freezing rain is the absolute worst to travel on, obviously. You can get no traction, basically, and that's what we're looking at. North and west of Boston, Hartford, you're stuck in the cold air, unfortunately, so a skating rink in that vicinity, up through the Springfield area, back into the Berkshires, Albany, Syracuse, Rome, New York, down to Elmira and Binghamton, north and west of New York City, north and west of Philadelphia, and north and west of D.C. Those are the areas where the icing is the worst, into central Pennsylvania, although Pittsburgh is warmed up into the 40s now, so anywhere west of the Laurel Highlands you're okay, but it's east of there and those areas I just mentioned where conditions are the worst. And it's not letting up. This is not a light freezing drizzle in many areas, it is a freezing rain. There's some significant precipitation running up and into this cold air, so we're going to continue to have some big problems through here. The snow is confined mainly out toward Buffalo and back toward the Cleveland and Erie areas and on up into far northern New England. So it's not really the snow at this point that is the major problem. It is the ice that is going on in the areas I just mentioned. Cleveland at 24 had icing earlier, but now we're going back to snow. Let's take you down to an area that also had a little bit of a roller coaster ride as far as the precipitation, and that is the greater Pittsburgh area, which had snow to begin with this morning, and then it went to freezing rain, and now it's changed over to all rain, as I mentioned, with temperatures in the 40s, turned everything to slush. So everything you're looking at here is basically either melted or gone to slush. And now it's probably going to go back below freezing again, and you're going to get more snow. So all that slush is going to freeze, and you're going to get snow on top of it. So a real mess around the Pittsburgh area, I imagine, as we head on into Saturday. Cleveland, another area that's gone back and forth, the same as Cincinnati as well. One area that stayed pretty much all in the snow has been the Chicago area, getting a little lake effect band there setting up east of Chicago right now. Let's show you what it looked like a little bit earlier today. Again, just mainly a light dusting, a steady light dusting of snow. But still, it was kind of a miserable day to head out, just enough to kind of brush off your car windows. Actually, officially less than an inch fell at O'Hare Airport. And again, aside from the lake effect band, which is coming down east of Chicago, that's going to be pretty much it for the snow in the Windy City. You had enough last weekend. Some light snow Indianapolis up through Toledo and Cleveland. This is all rain, and heavy rain at times. In fact, there are some flood warnings out across parts of Kentucky and Tennessee. Where's the heaviest snow going to be? Cleveland, Detroit, Erie, maybe Buffalo, and far northern areas of New England where the cold air will give up grudgingly as we head on through the overnight hours. Now let's talk about the threat for severe weather farther south with Warren.
And we take it now to the south, where along this frontal boundary here, this is the problem area. We've seen a squall line trying to form up. It hasn't had too much success, and that is fortunate. But as we look at the radar here, you can see that we do have a line of heavier precipitation extending from middle Tennessee down through northwestern Alabama. Muscle Shoals was reporting some heavy rain not too long ago. And then coming down in toward the Jackson, Mississippi area, just knocking on your door. Now we have still a bit of a tornado watch in effect here from northwestern Alabama down through Mississippi and Louisiana. Just was reading an advisory from the Storm Prediction Center that this is going to be canceled as of 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, so that is some good news. However, as we bring it in a little tighter here, you can see that we're starting to see some thunderstorms roll in off the Gulf into southern Louisiana. And the Storm Prediction Center is saying they're watching this area to make sure that things don't blow up in the southern Louisiana and cause problems later on. But right now you can see the strongest storms now just getting ready to cross over from Mississippi into west central Alabama. So watch out, Birmingham down the road could have some thunder in your neighborhood over the early morning hours. So this is where the strongest thunderstorms we're expecting through mid-morning on Saturday, and some of this could be heading eastbound as we head on to the day on later on in Saturday. We'll tell you more about that coming up. But first, let's take a trip to the west now with Jeff.
And it'll be a quick trip, Warren, because things are